confirm na ang sinasabi niyang Pharmaly na kumpanya sa kanyang sinumpaang salaysay is the same company that was investigated by the Senate of the Republic of the Philippines?
I think Mr. Madriaga is not competent to answer that, so we will just have to confine to the statement of Mr. Madriaga about the mention of Pharmaly in the affidavit.
I submit, Madam Chair, in number 38 of his affidavit, he mentioned Lin Wei Xiong, the financial officer of Pharmaly Pharmaceuticals, who called him directly to coordinate the turnover of 175 million pesos. Can Mr. Madriaga confirm this?
Yes po, Madam Chair.
If I may, Madam Chair, dahil nandun sa kanyang affidavit na siya ay natawagan, nakakapagtagalog po ba si Mr. Lin Wei Xiong?
That is a
Masikonte?
probing question already, DS Janet Garin.
Yeah, but Madam Chair, I wanted to establish kasi ito tinawagan at naharap niya.
Nonetheless, please confine to what appears in the affidavit.
Yeah, it appears in the affidavit, Madam Chair, that Mr. Lin Wei Xiong asked him, where will the money be used? It also appears him that he was told to directly coordinate at mismong nakita niya si Mr. Lin Wei Xiong, whom if I recall, is the same person as Mr. Alan Lim during the previous congressional hearings. That's why it's very important, Madam Chair, because this was a question that was left hanging before, whether the communication tool between those involved and that of the Chinese people involved is who. Kaya etong dito, kapag siya'y nakakapagtagalog, malamang pong maririnig natin dahil nakaharap ni Mr. Madriaga specifically in delivering 175 million.
Honorable Garin, that question was left hanging in the Quadcom investigation. This is a different forum, so please confine the clarificatory questions to what already appears in the supplemental affidavit. I lament, but we have to prevent that question.
Yeah. Can I be allowed to rephrase, Madam Chair? Nung
Yes,
siya ba ay
please.
tinanong, was it in Tagalog or English?
That is a similar question. DS Garin,
I submit, Madam Chair. Let me
please
move
proceed to the next question.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Madriaga, ang ibig niyo po bang sabihin dito, kayo ang personal na nakakita na 175 million pesos ang nanggaling sa Pharmaly Pharmaceuticals at ibinigay sa inyo para pondohan ang kampanya sa politika?
Ang nabigay po sa akin si Lin Wei Xiong, hindi ko po alam kung Pharmaly, sa Pharmaly po galing yan. Pero sa kanya po galing yung 175 million.
At dito po sa inyong affidavit, nakalagay po dito na si Lin Wei Xiong ay ang financial officer ng Pharmaly Pharmaceuticals.
Apo.
Yeah, maybe, Madam Chair, at the proper time or in some other forum, we can subpoena the former Secretary Francisco Duque to shed light
As
on
I
this.
have said earlier,
Thank
we
you.
will defer discussion regarding issuance of additional subpoena.
Madam Chair, on page 13 of his affidavit, ang sabi po ni Mr. Madriaga, he membered Michael Yang as together with the mention of the name Lin Wei Xiong. Ito po ba yung magpinsan na Lin Wei Xiong at si Michael Yang, Mr. Madriaga?
Hindi ko po sure kung magpinsan sila ni Michael Yang tsaka si Lin Wei Xiong.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair,
Madam Chair, if I may,
Madam
to my
Chair.
last question.
Madam Chair,
Honorable Chua.
hindi po nasagot kanina ni Ramil Madriaga yung tanong po ni Congresswoman Janet Garin.
What is the question?
Kung kinukumpirma po ni Ramil Madriaga na ito pong amount na 175 million na binigay po ng Pharmaly ay ginamit para sa kampanya ng Vice Presidente.
Well, the statement is it was given by Lei Wenxiong, who is the financial officer of Pharmaly.
Opo, Madam Chair.
You confirm that?
I affirm
Okay.
it, Madam Chair.
So would you like to answer the question?
Ang tanong po, itong 175 million na binigay ni Lim Weng Chong, ay ginamit para pondo sa kampanya ni Vice Presidente.
Opo, Madam Chair.
Ayun.
The question has been answered. Any other clarificatory question, D.S. Garin?
Last two questions,
Yes,
Madam
please
Chair.
proceed.
On page 22 of the supplemental affidavit of Mr. Madriaga, nakasaad po dito yung pag-deliver ng allegedly ito ay perang nanggaling sa confidential fund na instead of 11 days, it became 24 hours. Nakasaad po dito na sila ay nagpunta sa OMB. On number 70, it says, we traveled to the last location, OMB parking area. On number 71, it again mentioned, when we arrived, the guard gave a signal directing us to park in a specific area in the OMB parking lot. Ano po ba ang OMB, Mr. Madriaga? Anong opisina po ito?
Office of the Ombudsman po, Madam Chair, sa Agham Road, sa QC.
And do you confirm na itong mga sinasabi mong transport deliveries, kasi nakasaad dito sa number 72, dineliver mo ito sa panahon na ang ombudsman is Ombudsman Samuel Martires?
Opo, Madam Chair.
Ito ba, because it's mentioned in your affidavit, number 70 to 72, ikaw ay nag-deliver, but there's also a mention of previously and upon direct instructions, you have delivered money to Ombudsman Samuel Martires or Attorney Ryan, which is usually placed inside an open trunk of a designated car. Ang ibig mo po bang sabihin dito ay hindi lang po isang beses na ikaw ay nakapaghatid ng pera sa Ombudsman's office?
Opo, Madam Chair, I delivered sometime before.
So it's not once,
Opo, Madam Chair.
more than once,
More than once po.
more than twice,
Yes, Madam Chair.
more than I submit,
Please,
Madam Chair.
please.
I was just trying to.
It's enough that
awaken.
the resource person mentioned
Yeah, last
two
question.
specific allegations on that.
Okay, last question, Madam Chair. On page 23, medyo nalito kasi ako dito, number 76. Your statement said, when you entered the office of Jail Warden Sabiniano, he asked you, tinanong ikaw, kung kilala mo si Attorney Joyce. And you replied, Joyce dapat. Ang sinasabi mo ba ditong Joyce dapat is a lawyer? Is Attorney Joyce and Joyce dapat, is Attorney Joyce being referred to by the jail warden and the Joyce dapat being referred to by Mr. Madriaga ay iisang tao lang po, Sir Ram?
Opo, Madam Chair. Siya po yung presidente ng Kislap. Kaya
Can
ako
you
po-
say that again? Presidente ng
Kislap po.
Kislap.
Opo. Counterpart po ng ISIP. Joint po kami.
All right.
Ang
You may
ano po
continue.
yung kislap?
Kay Inday Sara lilipad ang Pilipinas.
Can I hear it again, Madam Chair? Medyo malayo po yung
Please say it again. What
Microphone.
is Kislap?
Kay Inday Sara lilipad ang Pilipinas.
kay
Siya po ang presidente ng si Attorney Joyce dapat.
What you are implying is that Attorney Joyce and VP Sara are good friends or magkakilala.
They're good friends, Your Honor.
You mentioned that in your affidavit already.
Yes, more than good friends, I believe.
Ano po ang ibig sabihin ng more than good friends?
That is a
Magkamag-anak?
probing question
Okay.
already,
I submit-
D.S. Garin.
I submit, Madam Chair. It also mentioned that when you said hello, you recognize the voice of the Vice President. Can you confirm this?
Yes, Madam Chair, I confirm.
Ibig bang sabihin, maraming beses na niyang narinig ang boses ng Vice Presidente, enough for him to recognize that voice?
Him, are you, what, whom are you,
She is
are you
referring to you, Mr. Madriaga.
Yes, over the phone po, many times.
So sigurado po kayo na ang nakausap niyo nung binigay sa iyo ang telepono?
He already stated that in his affidavit.
Madam Chair, Of course, if I may, my very, very, very last question. Naiintindihan po natin na medyo mabigat, no, ang supplemental affidavit na binitiwan ni Mr. Madrid.
Na, this is GR number 263329, February 8, 2023. The court cautioned against a mechanical approach, stating that to ignore glaring and manifest inconsistencies would be to abdicate the prosecutor's duty to screen cases properly. Take note, ang magiging exception lang na pwedeng i-consider yung issue ng credibility of a witness before us, before these proceedings, which is akin to preliminary investigation kapag glaring and manifest inconsistencies. But balik po tayo sa general rule. So ang nasasabi po sa De Lima versus Judge Guerrero, it establishes that while prosecutors may consider the evidence presented, they are not expected to make definitive credibility determinations at this stage. So yun po, malinaw po yan. That's a
Yes.
jurisprudential ruling.
The committee appreciates the jurisprudence shared by the Honorable De Lima.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I proceed to
That
my...
jurisprudence, I believe, involves you as well.
Yes, I was the petitioner. in
Yes,
that
as
case.
the
And the Supreme Court
accused.
dismissed my petition, and therefore trial proceeded. Trial
what
on the
is
merits.
clear is that issues pertaining to credibility of witness from the jurisprudence that was shared must be tackled in the trial of this impeachment complaint. And that should happen in the Senate, not here in
Tama
the
po yun.
Justice Committee.
Tama po yun, Madam Chair. 3 points, 3 factual points. I suppose and I hope this will fall within clarificatory questions and not probing questions. Sa simula po ng...
Kindly speak closer to the microphone, Honorable De Lima.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm looking at the supplemental affidavit. And dun po kasi sa narration about yung pagpunta sa DepEd Central Office. Mr. Madriaga. By the way, Mr. Madriaga, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you po, ma'am. Maraming
Again,
salamat po.
after December 8.
Opo, Madam
Now,
Chair.
in fact, noon, at least I can say now na medyo may pagka-relax po kayo ngayon because
Opo.
what I recall is that nung una kayong nakausap ng December 8, haggard na haggard po kayo. At
Opo.
meron din mga punto doon na nakita kong nagiging teary-eyed kayo nung kausap ko po kayo.
Opo,
Okay,
Madam
so
Chair.
my question. Doon sa pagpunta sa DepEd Central Office, yung sabi nyo nga po, under paragraph 60, at around past 3 or 4 p.m., 2 government vehicles with red plates entered the DepEd compound, and then Colonel Nolasco told me, ayan na, ayan na. Colonel Lachica appeared the lady who I later learned to be Special Disbursement Officer, SDO Gina Acosta. Now, sabi niyo po, at that point, di niyo pa alam na siya si Gina Acosta.
Opo, Madam Chair.
Pero subsequently, nalaman niyo po na siya si Gina Acosta.
Opo, Madam Chair.
Kung magpapakita po tayo ng photo sa Gina Acosta, ma-identify niyo po kuya siya. Maalala niyo pa po siya.
Siguro po, Madam Chair.
Siguro.
Honorable De Lima, I lament that showing picture will entail probing already
Okay. I
the
submit.
statement of the resource person.
I submit, Madam Chair. Second point, dito rin po, tungkol din po sa pagpunta nyo sa DepEd Central Office. Nakasabi po na meron kayong kasamang 4 na mga tao, mga
Opo,
lalaki.
Madam Chair.
These are Richard Peralta Babagay, or Richard, Arman Villanueva, Arman, a certain chief, and a certain Ruel Noel.
Yes, Madam Chair po.
And in fact, in subsequent paragraphs, madalas yung nababanggit din si Arman and even itong si Richard.
Opo, Madam Chair.
Mga sino po sila?
Si Richard po, yung kasama ko sa Board of Director ng EC Pilipinas. Si Arman naman po may sarili siyang security agency na nagpo-provide ng mga protection agents.
At sino naman po itong a certain chief?
Dati po siyang sundalo.
Hindi niyo po maalala yung pangalan?
Si Arman po kasi parang subcon po siya sa akin eh. Ganun po yung arrangement namin.
How about a certain Roel/Noel?
Siya po yung assistant ni Arman Villanueva.
Siya yung assistant ni Arman Villanueva.
Opo.
Nasaan na po sila ngayon?
Nung nakakulong po ako, dos namatay, hindi ko po alam kung pinatay o namatay si Arman. Nawala na po sila, kanya-kanyang tago na po.
Namatay si Arman Villanueva. Alam niyo kung ano ang cause?
Sinabi po sa report, suicide, pero hindi po ako naniniwala.
Bakit po kayo hindi naniniwala?
Honorable De Lima, we have to stop on that.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I submit. How about itong si Richard Peralta Babagay?
Kasama ko pong co-accuse ko po ngayon po sa kaso, Madam Chair.
Kasama mo, co-accused.
Opo.
So he is also detained. He is also a PDL, person deprived of liberty.
Opo. Siya po yung nasa gitna namin ni BP Sara nung inabot yung plug. Siya po yung nasa gitna namin, dalawa.
Nakapiit o nakakulong din po ba siya sa BJMP facility?
Opo, kasama ko po, Madam
at
Chair.
Bagong Diwa, Taguig City?
Opo, kasama ko po.
Okay. So Arman ang namatay, yung iba nandyan pa sila?
Opo.
Okay. Sinamahan kayo doon sa pagpunta sa DepEd?
Opo.
Saka sa mga deliveries na yun?
5 po kami.
O so makakapag-corroborate sila?
Opo.
Nakita rin nila yung mga duffel bags?
Opo.
Okay. Last point, Madam Chair.
Proceed, Honorable De Lima.
Paragraph 80. Pakita ho natin ang paragraph 80 of the supplemental affidavit. Secretariat.
Can we
please.
flash paragraph 18 of the supplemental
80.
affidavit?
80, Madam Chair.
80.
80.
Paragraph 80.
Yes, Madam Chair. 80 says, more importantly, I felt betrayed that despite all my efforts to support Sarah, to the extent of even committing high-risk acts for her and her family, she did not lift a finger to stop Attorney Roque, who is her known ally and supporter. So na makikita po dito so you felt betrayed dahil hindi
Opo,
kayo tinulungan
Opo, Madam Chair.
nung kinasuhan na kayo ni Attorney Roque.
Opo, Madam Chair.
So ito ho ba ay pwede ho ba nating masabi na galit kayo kay BP Sara?
Honorable De Lima, I think that's probing already.
Thank you. That's all I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable De Lima. Now we proceed with the Honorable Ko.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Para din po sa kapakanan ng publiko, gusto ko sanang matanong kung nagkaroon na po ba ng pagkakataon si Mr. Madriaga na itotal ang lahat ng mga amounts na ina-allege po niya sa kanyang affidavit and supplemental affidavit. Bali sa pagkakaalam natin, ito yung naaalala niya na nahawakan niya, may instruction sa kanya na i-receive or i-disburse. Meron po ba na kayong chance na matotal? Tinry ko po kasing i-total. Tapos gusto ko lang pong ipadaan sa inyo kung naaalala nyo or nagkaroon na po kayo ng chance na lahat ng mga inallege ninyong amounts, na total nyo na po ba lahat?
Meron po akong total dati pero depende po kung anong pick up po, kung para saan, o kung labas po ng bansa, o kung ipapaabot lang, o para sa amin sa isip. Nag-focus po ko yung para lang sa amin sa isip during the campaign.
Okay. Ano po yung naaalala nyo na total?
Nasa
na
1
nasabi
billion,
nyo?
nasa 1 billion din po.
Nasa 1 billion.
Apo.
Okay. For the interest of the public, Madam Chair, gusto ko rin pong i-run down lahat ng amounts na inallege, kung maaari po.
We proceed. That is by way of your manifestation. So
Yes.
long as all the informations, the statements that you will be making are contained as well in the supplemental affidavit.
Yes.
You may proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And in every step naman po ay ipo-point out natin kung anong paragraph po nakalagay sa supplemental and original affidavit ni Mr. Madriaga. So, dito po according to paragraph 10, merong 250,000 at siguro po una pong clarification, meron pong amounts in the supplemental and the original affidavit that hindi po saklaw or hindi po in relation to VP Sara but to PRRD. Tama po ba, Mr. Madriaga?
Tama po, Madam Chair.
Okay. Madam Chair, for example, paragraph 10 of the supplemental affidavit points out ang una niyang nakuha sa pagsimula ng relasyon nila with PRRD ay isang 150,000 and isang 100,000. So 250,000 in total. Tama po. Then, in paragraph 14, may marireceive na 25 million, no, sometime in 2021, para po sa kampanya ng ISIP. Tama po ba?
Tama po.
And subsequently, ginamit to para pambili ng iba't ibang mga kagamitan. No? May dalawang Harley-Davidson motorcycles, may dalawang Ducati motorcycles, may 7 Yamaha motorcycles para po sa mga miyembro ng ISIP. Tama po ba?
Tama po, Madam Chair.
Okay. Meron din po, subsequently, nagsabi na bank accounts na hindi nyo na din masabi kung ano talaga ang mga nag-pass through na cash. Tama po ba?
Tama po, Madam Chair.
Pero po, may na-flag siya na three instances, 3 separate occasions na may 100 million pesos na ipipick up in relation sa mga accounts ninyo. Tama po?
Opo.
Okay. Then meron din po dalawang manager's checks na inattach niya rin po as annexes. Yung isa, 84,200,000. Yung isa, 4,800,000. This is paragraph 27 of the supplemental affidavit. Tama po?
Tama po, Madam Chair.
Okay. Then meron din po last, no, mga tuloy-tuloy na efforts na magkampanya yung ISIP. Meron pong 175,000, no, from na
Million po,
175 million according to paragraph 38 from Lin Wei Xiong. Tama po?
Opo, tama po.
And then lastly, merong 100 million from Maestrado Lim, paragraph 42.
Tama po.
Okay. Other than this, no, meron din pong na point out sa original affidavit, no, this is 1 billion, paragraph 22, first quarter ng February 2020, no, to be picked up at Jollibee Kamuning, Quezon City. Tama po?
Tama po, Madam
1
Chair.
billion ito. Separate po ito doon sa kung ano yung nakalagay sa supplemental affidavit. No. Hindi ko na po na-mention, pero meron pa pong isa, 15 million delivered to Attorney Ryan at Ombudsman, paragraph 41. Tama
Opo,
po?
Madam Chair.
Pero kung ito total ko po lahat ng minention ko, hindi ko po i-count yung 15 million dahil parang hindi din nasabi kung saan galing, no? That is 1,689,250,000 na dumaloy sa kamay po ni Mr. Madriaga at the instruction of PRRD. Ang iilan dito para po sa benefit ni VP Sara Duterte and her campaign. Tama po ba?
Tama po.
And hindi pa po kasama dito yung nakalagay sa original affidavit na dito po niya sinasabi na may direct instruction si VP Sara Duterte and her team na i-handle niya. Specifically, yung na-exhaust na po sa other questions, yung 125 million pesos in 4 separate bags, each containing 30 to 35 million pesos. Tama po ba?
Tama po, Madam Chair.
Yan po. And then lastly, 80 million pesos around the same time. This is in paragraph 19 of the original affidavit, instructed by Colonel Nolasco. Tama po ba?
Tama po, Madam Chair.
Clarificatory question po in this particular paragraph. Bakit po stinate nyo sa affidavit itong 80 million na ito?
Bakit po? Pakiulit po.
Bakit po ninyo sinulat? No? Bakit nyo inulat ito sa affidavit ninyo na may 80 million pesos na binigay sa inyo si Colonel Nolasco?
Ito po yung sa first affidavit ko.
Yes po, sa first affidavit ninyo.
Diniliver ko po yun. Kinuha ko po yun, diniliver ko sa Mega Mall sa 3rd floor, building A. Tapos may kumuha lang po.
At the instruction of Colonel Nolasco, tama
Opo.
po ba?
Opo.
Okay po. Sinabi niyo po dito, around the same period, bago po kasi itong paragraph na ito, yung mga earlier paragraphs ba tungkol doon sa confidential funds. Pwede po bang maklarify dito kung kailan po ba itong instruction na ibigay sa inyo?
November or December po yan.
November or
Same
December
period
of...
po pa. Ayun, Bali last quarter po ng 2022.
Okay, last quarter of 2022. Okay. Kung ito total naman po lahat ng mga amounts na may dumaloy na instruction as alleged po ni Mr. Madriaga kay VP Sara Duterte and her team through Colonel Nolasco, ang total po niyan ay 205 million pesos. And it was during her incumbency as the Vice President. So, malaking amount po ito, not an amount to scoff at, no. Ilang mga classrooms ba? Ito na po, manifestation ko na po to, Chair. 500 classrooms ang kaya magawa ng 125 million. Kung nakapeg nga po ay 250,000 per classroom. What more kung idadagdag po tong 80 million, and what more ang dumaloy na 1,689,250,000 sa kamay po ni Mr. Madriaga. And this is not even accounting lahat po ng pera na dumaloy sa kanyang accounts, and hindi po niya maalala dahil hindi po nakalagay po dito sa affidavit. So, siguro yun po ang gusto kong clarifications na gusto i-make as to the amounts, no? My next set of questions, relation na lang po doon sa land grabbing case. To clarify first preliminarily, Madam Chair, nasa records na po natin yung letter na sinulat po ni Mr. Madriaga kay Honorable Laila de Lima. Am I correct, Madam Chair?
Can I hear it again?
Just to clarify, kasama na po ba sa records natin at pwedeng matanong kay Mr. Madriaga yung tungkol sa contents ng kanyang handwritten letter kay Honorable
No.
Laila de Lima? No, not
No.
yet. Okay.
So far, what has been received by the committee secretary is the first affidavit and the supplemental affidavit.
Okay, then I will confine my questions in relation to the land grabbing. So, na-mention niya po sa affidavit.
Yes, but let me remind the justice members that the court allowed Madriaga to attend the hearing only until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So please confine your clarificatory questions to the most important questions, because we still have a long list here of justice members who wishes to avail of this clarificatory hearing.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll make it very brief. Na-mention niyo po sa paragraph 48 na may land grabbing activities kayong napansin, no, doon sa Bataan. Pwede po bang madetalye niyo, na-mention niyo po to kay VP Sara about this concern. Kailan niyo po na-mention to kay VP Sara?
Nung pagkapanalo po niya, nung 2022 po, Madam Chair.
So, siya po ay vice-presidente na noong
Opo, Madam
minention niyo
Chair.
sa kanya?
Opo, Madam Chair.
Okay. Ano po ang na-mention niyo sa kanya? Kasi to clarify lang, dahil po ang wording ninyo ay minention niyo, I informed VP Sara about this concern. So ano po ba yung na-mention ninyo?
Yung land grabbing po sa Bataan na sa pag-iimbestiga ko po, kasi 2020 ko pa po ito tinututukan, nalaman ko po yung company po ng asawa po ni Attorney Harry Roque, ang presidente, yung company na nagkuha dun sa mga lupa.
Bakit niyo po nasabi na land grabbing ito?
Bale, yung mga lupa po na yun, hindi naman po binibenta yun ng mga magsasaka eh. Yung iba po doon na naklowa na iba, wala pang walang pera, kaya hindi pa nakukuha yung klowa, nagbabayad pa sila sa land bank. Tapos bigla pong nalaman nila nang magbabayad na sila ng pa sa land bank po.
Mr. Madriaga, kindly cease from responding further to that question because that is outside your affidavit already.
Okay, just a final clarificatory question, dahil nakalagay naman po sa paragraph 48, no, that shinare po ito kay VP Sara.
Opo.
And according to your affidavit, nung minention nyo na ang involved ay First Bataan Mariveles Holding Corporation, ang involved sa dinescribe nyong land grabbing incidents, she told you that she cannot do anything and she will no longer meet with a group of farmers. Tama
Opo.
po ba yun?
Tama po, Madam Chair.
Okay. Here ends my clarificatory questions, and my last manifestation would be, dahil ito po ay naging acts doon sa saklaw niya bilang pagka-vice-presidente, may konsidera sana ng House Committee on Justice yung ginawa po, and ang incident na nire-report sa atin, may issue of quote-unquote land grabbing, no? Na VP Sara said she cannot do anything about nung nalaman niya po kung sino yung kumpanyang involved. That is all, Madam Chair.
You concluded already. Okay. Next in line is the Honorable Keith Flores. Again, please limit your questions to the most important clarificatory questions because Madriaga is allowed by the court only until 4 p.m. today.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Mariaga, can you go to paragraph 71 of your supplemental affidavit? This paragraph 71, dinidescribe mo dito kung paano nyo dineliver tong 2 bags of money, no? Nasabi mo na iniwan sa sasakyan, tama ba?
Opo.
Left in a car?
Opo.
Can you answer to the mic, please? Paragraph 71 po.
May we first ask,
Opo, Madam Chair.
Mr. Madriaga, may we clarify first, up to what time are you allowed here? 4. That's what the order states. So does that mean that you have to leave the house at 4 o'clock in the afternoon?
Opo, Madam Chair.
So you will leave at exactly 4.
Opo, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. You may proceed to answer the question.
And in paragraph 71, dinescribe nyo na you park the car and then iniwan nyo yung susi on the left front wheel. Tama ba ba?
Tama po, Madam Chair.
And
Your Honor.
sinabi mo dito na it is our usual practice when delivering large amounts of money. Tama po?
Tama po, Madam Chair.
Now, sinabi mo usual practice and ang understanding ko from the paragraph is that you did it more than once. Tama po ba?
Tama po, Madam Chair, Your Honor.
Ang question ko po, if you did it more than once, bakit wala siya in your original affidavit and in your supplemental affidavit ang other instances na ginawa niyo to na delivery?
Yung tinanong po nila ako kung ano yung alam ko, inuna ko lang po yung pre-election tsaka post-election.
Ano ibig sabihin? Ano yan?
Yung sa bago po mag-election, nung nagtatag na po ako ng EC Pilipinas, tsaka po yung post-election, yung after nagpagkapanalo po ni BP Sara. So yun lang po yung coverage kasi napakarami po since 2017 po, Madam Chair.
Okay. Same with paragraph again. 50. Saan na ba yan? Paragraph 56, Mr. Madriaga. Colonel Nolasco and ikaw, sabi mo na ang ginagamit nyo na term for delivery is transport. Tama po?
Opo, Your Honor.
And this is with Colonel Nolasco.
Opo, Your Honor.
And again, the paragraph parang describes it in a way na you did it more than once.
Opo, Your Honor.
Yet again, in your original affidavit and in the supplemental affidavit, you only mentioned of one instance na deliver kayo ni Colonel Nolasco using the term transport.
Opo, Madam Chair.
So bakit po yon na pinapalabas mo na maraming beses, yet in both affidavits, one time lang ang makita ko na dinescribe nyo?
Yung sa akin po kasi, yung nag-focus lang po ako dun sa, yung period po na yun na pre-election tsaka post-election. Pero since, kasi sa strategic transport po, yung kurso pong tinuturo, transport po talaga tawag namin sa ganun, basta delivery po ng pera. Ayun po yung pinaka part ng protocol, transport. Ayun po yung talaga ginagamit namin.
So intentionally mo hindi minention yung other instances
Hindi
in
po,
your affidavit?
Opo, kasi protocol na po namin yung transport, basta delivery po ng pera, transport.
Ang tanong ko lang, bakit hindi mo na sinabi lahat? Kasi it's your affidavit no?
Yung particular po na kinukwento ko rin yung tawag lang po sa akin ni Colonel Nolasco, transport. Yung sinabi, yun po yung time na sinabi niya. Pero most of the time po, pag sinasabi niya, sir, proceed ka, trabaho tayo. So many times po, minsan transport, minsan trabaho. Depende po siya po yung nagsasabi, hindi po ako.
So, but it's just Colonel Nolasco?
Opo.
Walang ibang gumagamit ng term na transport na which refers to delivery of money, sinasabi mo?
Yung nasa strategic driving course, yung mga nasa team po namin, yung mga naturuan ko po. Kasi yun po yung talagang tawag namin pag may delivery tsaka pick up, that's transport.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Next is the Honorable Chua.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, with the permission of
The Honorable
Congressman-
D.S. Suarez.
Yeah, I understand that our resource person was only given until 4 p.m. to be with us today. Now, given the time of transport from Batasan, Pambansa to where he is presently being held, we might be violating the conditions given to us by the court to allow Mr. Madriaga to present himself here in this committee. So I'm sure all my colleagues will understand the circumstances behind the appearance of Mr. Madriaga. Kaya kung maunawaan po ng mga kasamahan natin dito, para lang po hindi tayo lumabag sa binigay na pahintulot sa atin ng korte, baka maaaring pwedeng payagan na rin natin siyang ma-excuse upang makabiyahe po siya at hindi po tayo lumabag sa ating binigay na payag ng korte. Madam Chair.
Well, the chair shares the opinion of D.S. Suarez that we do not want to give an impression to the court which has jurisdiction over Ramil Madriaga that we are violating the limitation that was provided to him. As far as I can recall, he's given until 4 o'clock, and D.S. Suarez validly stated that we need to consider as well the time needed for him to travel from the House of Representatives back to Bagong Tiwa. So with the indulgence of the members, I still have a very long list of justice members here. I think most of you are included here, who really want to take advantage of this clarificatory hearing. But I hope you are joining as well the opinion of the Suarez. So,
Madam Chair, if I just may add, it also would be a sign of good faith for the committee that we are actually acceding to the order given by the court. And maybe we can, if so moved later, re-invite or ask Mr. Madriaga to present himself again in another committee hearing so that those justice members who were not given the opportunity to ask their clarificatory questions be provided the same opportunity in the next opportune time. Madam Chair.
nonetheless, with the indulgence of the justice members, since the opinion of D.S. Suarez is very much valid, may I solicit the necessary motion which will excuse resource person Ramil Madriaga from our today's proceeding and perhaps give him the necessary time, the ample time to travel from the House of Representatives to Bagong Diwa to make sure that he doesn't go beyond the time allowed by him by the court.
Madam Chair,
Honorable Sendanya.
I move to excuse the resource person Ramil Madriaga from this hearing. So move, Madam Chair.
There is a motion to excuse, but we have to consider the travel time plus the traffic. Okay, for the record, since it has been shared already by the justice members, what is provided in the order is 8 to 5 p.m. But nonetheless, it is almost 3:30, and just to be sure that he will reach Bagong Diwa in time before 5 o'clock, let us... Madriaga, would you like to say something?
Nasa akin na po yung waiver ko po sa bank waiver.
Oh. So for the record, Mr. Ramil Madriaga is submitting his waiver on the
Bank secrecy.
bank secrecy law, which means that he's giving his conformity to the committee to look into the accounts mentioned in his supplemental affidavit. So the committee secretary is directed to receive the copy of the waiver of bank secrecy law to form part of the records of the proceedings of this case. But before we finally take action on the motion of the Honorable Sendanya, Comsec, please call the respondent vice president if she is already present so that perhaps we can give her a little time while Madriaga is still here to present her evidence to counter the evidence or testimony of Mr. Ramil Madriaga. For the record, Comsec, please call respondent vice president.
Madam Chair, the respondent is not present today.
Please call first.
We're calling the Vice President, Sara C. Duterte. I'm sorry, Your Honor, she's not present today.
All right. Let it be placed on the record that we called the Vice President to give her the continuing opportunity to present her evidence, including countering the testimony of Ramil Madriaga, but of course that is through the justice members. With that, we go back to the motion of the Honorable Sendanya. There is a motion raised by the Honorable Sendanya to excuse Ramil Madriaga. Do I hear a second? The same has been seconded. Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Resource person
Madam Chair.
Ramil Madriaga is excused in our today's proceeding. The committee is expressing its gratitude to the court for giving opportunity to this committee to raise clarificatory questions to PDL Ramil Madriaga. And of course, thank you, Ramil Madriaga, for participating in our today's proceeding.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, should we not
Chair.
ask Madriaga to submit first the waiver?
He submitted already. As a matter of fact, we